Hi my friends, a very good morning. Some of you might have a déjà vu because I'm currently hiking up this mountain here to photograph a fantastic sunrise. And the thing is, I've been here already some weeks ago and I hoped for a clear sky, for getting a clear view down to two lakes up there. And yeah, I knew that there is a chance for getting fog, and finally I got fog and I wasn't able to shoot the vista. And today it looks much better. I checked the weather maps yesterday and we have really 100% chance for getting clear sky. We have a little bit of humidity too, 65% over the night, what could be already enough to get fog, to be honest. But the dew point was quite low at -11, -12, something like that. And the temperatures were predicted with around about -3, -4, but it got much colder. When I drove here in my car, I saw that we have around -7 degrees, but it's also not really a problem. The spread between dew point and temperature is high enough. So I would say let's hike up there. It's quite heavy up here. I have my snowshoes with me and I put them on now because the snow got already a little bit more now, and I think I'm at 2/3 of the distance to that point where I've been last time. And I'm not sure because I mentioned the trees in my last video, or in the video where I went up last time, and they're probably a little bit too high. And as there was fog, I wasn't really able to look down to the valley, if it's possible to look down because of the trees, but I think they're too big. I'm not sure. I will have a look, and if it's not possible, I will maybe go up a little bit higher. I'm just not sure if I'm able to. Let's go on. So I'm already up here, nearly at that point where I've photographed last time. I have the heaviest part behind me, I think. I think a little bit more up there is one steeper part, and the sun will go up in that direction. It doesn't really matter because you can't see anything there. I think it's 1 hour and 20 minutes before sunrise. So I think I have 100 more meters of elevation, and then I will look for that, and if it's possible to find a great composition up there. The only problem we still have, same as last time, when the trees are too big, and it could also be at the second point up there where I want to go today. If they are too high, there's no chance to get a clear photograph, to get a good photograph. But you know, there's only one way to find out. I think one of the mistakes I made last time is I went up too fast, this steep part in the beginning, and also when I didn't have my tripod with me and my snowshoes, what was less weight obviously, it was too fast. And it's always good to be early enough, like today, to have enough time to take a little break. I also had a tea break last time, but however, let's go up there. I'm up here now at this point, and I thought about hiking up there, climbing up there. There's a middle up there, and to look over these trees to this mountain, to look over those trees here in front, and this would work, I think. The only problem is the trees up there are much too high, so I'm not able to look over them. But what I've seen when I came up, because we have such a fantastic blue hour, I saw already the mountain back there, and I will go down back now there, and I find a possibility at least to photograph in one direction. There are two lakes down there, and I dreamed about photographing a vista shot with both lakes in, but I think this is not really possible because we don't have a clear view down. But I found one position where I was able at least to photograph one lake, and I want to take this opportunity. We go down there and let's take a fantastic photograph. So I've been at this spot where I mentioned before, but it didn't work because there was a tree in front I didn't spot before when I hiked up. Maybe I will show it a little bit later when we hike a little bit more up, for looking for one more photograph. I'm not sure about that. And now guess where I am? I'm exactly there where I've been last time for photography. And maybe you can remember this route up there. So I'm really straight here because we have really the best view down there. We can't look to the left and lake, but we see the lake down there, and we have fantastic, a little bit of ground fog down there in the valley where the lake is down there. And we are in blue hour here currently, and I would say I want to take a wide angle shot here now, and also maybe with the long lens just to pick out a little bit of this fog down there. So let's try that. Yeah, I found already my first composition, and I'm really happy with this one. We have this lake down there, and I hope you can see this. We have all this cloud coverage, or this ground fog back there. And what I really like is we have a little bit more in the front, also a little bit of fog in this valley what leads to this lake, and this gives us a really fantastic sense of depth. What's important here is we have this little ridge line here of this hill here, what leads us from the left hand side into the frame. And then very important, I have decided to take some trees here, really quite prominent into my frame, so that they make a limit at the right hand side, so that we don't look out of the frame, that they hold us inside the frame. And then we have this all these clouds, or this fog down there on the ground. And this looks really fantastic. I didn't take sky in, to be honest. I just have the mountain range back there, and very important is I decided for different lines and so on, how I place them in the image so that it doesn't distract the image. So this was really important for me here. We have fantastic side light from the left, or it's more a backlight from the left, and this looks really, really fantastic. And I'm at f8. I don't have a problem with the depth of field here, anything like that. It's a simple composition, but I really like it because it really conveys this mood up here, what I really experience here. It's really fantastic. And I would say, let's make the click. I also tried to build up a composition with a little bit wider angle, and yeah, it didn't really work in blue hour, to be honest. I was already a little bit too late for blue hour, to be honest. It was not planned to take a blue hour shot. But as you have seen when I hiked up there, we had really fantastic blue hour with all the oranges up there in the sky. This looked really amazing, and yeah, quite sad that I hadn't been up here already when this happened. But yeah, however, I would say I will wait now for the sun coming up, and the sun will come up straight at that mountain back there. And I think with the mountain range at the left hand side, this could look really fantastic. Fingers crossed, therefore. So the sun will come up in around 20 minutes, something like that, straight behind this mountain. And an important thing for this composition is I decided to take this peak here at the left hand side in this amazing mountain here at the left hand side, and yeah, the lake as well. We don't really recognize it as lake. Obviously, it's more really ground fog down there. But anyway, we have this snow field here at the right hand side, and we have also one at the left hand side, and this really balances the scene nicely. And the mountain is also balanced by the sun, what will come up then right beside it, and also the lake down there. And yeah, I think this could really look fantastic. The only problem what I see in the moment, and this is because we have high pressure in the moment, we have all these stripes up there from the aeroplanes, and I don't really like this. I mean, it's not a problem when they are higher up in the sky, because I can easily clown them out afterwards in Photoshop, but it were a problem when they would hit a mountain ridge or something like that. So, because yeah, then it gets tricky to get it out without ruining it. And there's one thing I'm not 100% happy with this composition. There's one tree at the right hand side what goes a little bit above the ridgeline of the mountains, and usually I try to avoid crossing lines because this distracts the image. But I think that it is such subtle, really subtle, that it doesn't really, yeah, the lines are too thin. Maybe it's not really possible to see them. So I don't have a big problem with that. Oh, it's so nice up here, so fantastic. Oh, and one important thing, this path up there, what goes up here from the bottom in this S curve. I also took it in from the bottom of the frame into the image, and this looks really fantastic. We have clear sky, and usually, yeah, in landscape photography, usually we are not really happy with clear sky, because the problem is there's nothing what keeps us in the frame. And what I do in such a case is, one thing you could try is not to take too much of sky into the frame. This is one thing, so that it doesn't really draw the eyes, because yeah, blue is a prime color, and prime colors always draw the eyes. And another really great thing you can do is you can take the sun into your frame, and this is what I will do. And the sun has so much energy, it will draw the viewer's eyes, and you will not look out of the frame. So now we have to wait just a few minutes, fingers crossed, to a fantastic photograph. And the reason why I'm really exactly at the same spot like last time is simply that it's the best possibility up here. I've been high up there before, and yeah, I saw one spot where I thought it was possible to photograph down, but yeah, I wasn't really happy with the tree there. But anyway, this is really the best spot. That's really funny. And last time it was so foggy, I couldn't see anything, and randomly I came here. It is really amazing. So everything good, everything good. So I would say I will try to hike up a little bit higher again. And I mean, the light gets a little bit harsh now. We don't have any clouds. It's really direct sunlight what we have. So let's come over here. It's direct sunlight, and it gets difficult to get out a really great photograph then. So what I want to do is I want to look to one more spot. Maybe it's possible to get a photograph, maybe not, we will see. So let's try for that. So now I came up here to the spot what I wanted to show you, and when I had a look down there, it looked amazing. Just with the long lens, I put the long lens up. So when we look down there, there's ground fog down there, dense fog, and they are really illuminated, the clouds down there, and it looks really fantastic. I'm at f11, and yeah, it's a simple composition. I just tried to balance it, and I have the sun coming in from the left hand side, and it looks really fantastic. And I would say, let's make the click. And the thing is, why it didn't work before, why I didn't photograph before here is I have this tree here. I hope you can see it here now. We have the mountain at the left hand side, and right beside it there is a tree going up over the ridgeline, and this is exactly what I want to avoid. I mentioned this already before. Before I also had something like that, but just tiny thin branches, and this is not really a problem in this case, but it's just one and you can come away with that. But this is absolutely disturbing, and that's the reason why I didn't photograph here. Now with the long lens I don't have a problem with that, of course, because I don't have it in my frame. I just photograph down to this valley and I'm really super happy with this photograph. I'm walking to another potential spot. I've never been there and have the same problem as before. I'm not sure about the height of the trees there. This is really a problem here in this area, particularly this area, because yeah, the mountains are beautiful, but on each peak so many trees up there, and it's really difficult. I mean, you can estimate with the slope, yeah, if it's possible to look over them, but when they are 30 meters high or something like that, yeah, it doesn't work. Also when it's really steep. However, let's check out this final spot then, and fingers crossed that it's possible to look down there. Oh man, I'm here now at this spot where I wanted to photograph down, but as you already mentioned before, the same problem as before. The trees, they are much too high. We have this mountain over there, the same as before, and left beside that is a really beautiful lake, and I wanted to photograph straight down there, but yeah, when you don't, I mean, we can't look through the trees, and so that's not possible. But the important thing is anyway to check out your possible or your potential spots, because you don't know if it's possible. And if you just plan to go here in the early morning and this is your only plan you have, you will be disappointed afterwards because you don't have a possibility to photograph here. And usually I had checked out this already last time when I've been here down there to photograph, where yeah, we had fog and it wasn't possible to take the Vista shots. And as I've forgotten my snowshoes, I wasn't able to go up here. I wasn't able to do any more step, to be honest, and I did it today. And anyway, I got out some really great woodland shots back then in the fog, and if you're interested about that, I will link the video here for you. And my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, please give me a thumb up, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.